Hello friends, welcome to the lecture number 8 of Microprocessor and Peripherals Interfacing course. In today's lecture, we are going to see the various addressing modes of 8086. So, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to define what is the meaning of addressing modes. You will be able to understand the various 8086 addressing modes and you can identify the addressing mode for any given instruction. So let us start. Now the normal procedure for 8086 execution is fetching the instruction, decoding the instruction, and then execution of that instruction. So for all these purpose, first of all, the instructions, that means the code is required. To fetch that code, its address is required, which we get through the stack, right? So the stack data is available in the stack segment register SS and the stack pointer register SP. SS forms the base address and SP provides the offset address. Now with the help of stack, a location of the code is located in the code segment with the help of CS and IP register. Besides the code and stack, the other thing which is required for execution of the instruction is the data. Data is the main thing on which, according to the given instruction, the 8086 will operate. So how can we get the data? So there are various addressing modes which specify how can the data be accessed for the execution. So what are the various sources of data? We can get this data as immediate data or through a register or through a memory location. Let's see how. Now, the operand or the data can be specified immediately in the instruction after the opcode. So, following the opcode, the operand can be directly given in the instruction. That is called as the immediate data. The operand can also be specified as a content of a particular register in an instruction. That means the operand is content of some register and the name of that register is specified in the instruction. And the third method is the memory location of the operand or the data is specified in the instruction. So these are the three main types by which we can get the data for the execution. So what is addressing modes? Addressing mode indicates a way of locating data or the operands. Either we are getting the data directly in the instruction or through a register or through a memory location or any other method that is specified by the addressing mode. So the addressing mode describes the types of operands and the way they are accessed for executing an instruction. So we have to see the detailed types of addressing modes used in 8086. So we have register addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, memory addressing mode, port addressing mode, relative addressing mode, and implied addressing mode. So these are main types. We may have subtypes within them. We will see that in detail. Okay. So let us see the first type, immediate addressing mode. It is very simple. As the name indicates, the immediate data or the operand is a part of the instruction and it appears as a successive byte or bytes just after the opcode. For example, see over here, move is an opcode, right? And the operands are specified over here. One of the operand is register, while one other operand is a immediate data. So by this instruction, the immediate operand 0005H is directly copied into the register AX. So such a addressing mode is called as immediate addressing mode. Then we have register addressing mode. In this type of addressing mode, the data or the operand is stored in a register and the name of that register is specified in your instruction after the opcode. For example, as it is shown over here, move bx, ax. Now, the aim of this instruction is to copy one data to the other location. So that data is nothing but the content of the register ax. So the content of register ax is copied into the register bx. So as the names of registers are specified, this belongs to register addressing mode. One more important point, all the registers except instruction pointer may be used in this mode. That means for register addressing mode, we can use any register except IP. The third one is a direct addressing mode. Direct addressing mode means the address or the memory location of the data is specified directly in the instruction. So offset address is specified and we know that offset address is a 16-bit address. So that 16-bit memory address is directly specified in the instruction. For example, here we have move ax, square bracket 5000h. Now here, whenever we get a square bracket, that square bracket indicates that it is a memory location. So here the memory location 5000h must be having some content and that content is copied to the register ax and not the number 5000h is copied to ax. This is the difference between immediate addressing mode and direct addressing mode. When you have a square bracket, it means it is not an immediate operand, but it is the memory location of the operand. Next is register indirect addressing mode. In this mode, the address or the memory location is not given directly as it was shown in the previous mode. We had given the number or the direct memory location, but here the memory location is first of all stored in some register and that register is written in the instruction. For example, as it is shown over here, move ax, bx. So let us assume your bx is having the content 2000h. So when you have square bracket of bx, that means the content of bx is specifying the memory location and the content of that memory location will be copied to the register ax. That means instead of giving directly the memory location, some register is containing that memory location and that is specified. Okay. Now the offset address of the data can be stored either in BX register or SI or DI register only. It cannot be stored in any other register. So whenever you are using register indirect addressing mode, only these three registers can be used for storing the offset address. Next is register relative addressing mode. It is very much similar to the previous one, register indirect addressing mode. Only difference is there is an addition of some relative displacement. That means the effective address or the actual memory location of the operand is obtained through the indirect addressing by the content of register, and along with that addition of a displacement, 8-bit or 16-bit displacement. For example, as shown in this, move ax, 50h square bracket bx. So in this instruction, the content of bx register, if it is 2000, let us assume it is 2000. So that 2000 plus the displacement 50h, that is 2050h. This is the memory location of the operand, and wherever in the memory this location is there, the content of this particular location will be copied to the register AX. This is register relative addressing mode. Next is indexed addressing mode. So in the indexed addressing mode, it is very much similar to the register indirect addressing mode. Here, the register which is used for storing the indirect memory location will be the index register only. So it can be considered as a subtype of the register indirect addressing mode. So SI and DI are the two indexed register. They are used for storing the indirect address. Now this is based indexed addressing mode. So here the address of the memory location is contained in the base register and the index register, and they both will be added to get the effective address of the operand. For example, as shown in this example, move AX comma square bracket BX square bracket SI. So the content of BX, that is the base register, and the content of SI, that is the source index register, are added, and whatever is obtained at that particular location, the operand will be present, and that operand will then be copied to the register AX. This is relative based indexed. That means the previous based indexed addressing mode along with a relative displacement in it. That means here you will have the content of BX plus content of SI plus the relative displacement. The sum of all these three will form the effective address of the memory location, and then the content of this memory location will be copied to the register AX. Port addressing mode, this is basically related to the instructions of input-output ports. So here also we have direct addressing mode and indirect addressing mode. That means if the port number is directly specified in the instruction, it is called as direct addressing mode. If the port address is content of some register, then it is called as indirect addressing mode. For example, in this in AL, 0 to H. So for the port number 0 to H, from that particular port number, whatever is the data, that is copied to the register AL. Whereas in the indirect mode, first of all, DX is considered the content of DX if it is 2000H. So the data coming on port number 2000H will be copied to the register AL. This is about the port addressing mode. Now the last one is the implied addressing mode. In this addressing mode, the operand is not specified. That means there is a default operand or the default source and destination. So there is no need of specifying the operand. For example, if I'm writing the instruction CLC, this instruction consists of only opcode and operand is not present, because the meaning of this particular instruction is clear the carry flag. So by default, the operand is present in the carry flag, so it is not specified. This is the implied addressing mode. So these were the various addressing modes of 8086. In the next lecture, we will see the instruction set of 8086 in detail. Thank you.